They are invincible, undeniable, and soon to be 3-time Super Bowl champions. Welcome to the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast, where we talk about our favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Golden Jay, and if you don't know me, give me a call. We'll talk. And with me, as always, is 3-time podcasting favorite, Chico Noise, and 1-time podcasting. We like to call him Mr. Irrelevant, as if he was the last person in the draft. It is the Chief, Bill Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for forgetting about me last week again.
Hey, listen, you at one point you did tell me that you might pop in. So, we were just kind of waiting around. We were just waiting around.
Yeah, I looked so bad, though. It was horrific. Like
really?
I said, it was like a scene out of Carrie.
The difference now is work with me here.
Believe me.
Now, you mentioned the draft. Is that the Waterboy draft that he's last in?
Oh.
Hey, I tell you what, there's been some pretty good Mr. Irrelevance here recently, including
one of
our punters, kickers. Who was that?
Ryan Suckup.
Suckup, thank you.
Yep. And
that quarterback that's playing right now, who was
that would be Purdy. Is that right? Purdy was the Mr. Irrelevant? Yep.
He looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, he did.
Speaking of irrelevant.
Oh, I was getting there, but we got a little sidetracked. Our special guest tonight, you might know him from Golden Image Podcast. He's also guest hosted on The Call Guys. And he's got his own new podcast coming out called A Court of Books and Booze. It is the Skywalker, one-time Seattle Seahawks fan. Glad you can make it, buddy.
I am not your father.
We were pushing it. Somebody had to go buy books at Barnes & Noble because they're running their 50% off deal. And she's like, you got to meet me up here. We got to buy books. So,
they have apps for that.
It's always better to go in person.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't know, man. I like a hard copy over a Kindle or something like that.
I think the turn the page thing's pretty funny though. Makes it sound like you're really turning it.
I say fuck the books, fuck the Kindle. Give me Audible. Have somebody read it to me. Done.
You're such a goober.
I can't read. I keep falling asleep. I don't give a shit when I'm reading. I get real tired when I'm reading.
So do I. I have to do it during the daytime.
It's a good time to read just before you go to bed, because then it just puts you to sleep.
I guarantee the books I read will put you to sleep after one page.
Oh yeah, you IT guys and your fancy books.
Yeah,
I've read those books.
Yeah, they're fun, but just like anything, you gotta keep yourself relevant.
I have one sitting on my desk. It's like how to read and write SQL.
SQL queries and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. Yep.
I got one on my desk that says all about S&M. I don't. Is that like the same thing? It's all about code.
It's close. Yeah. Safe words and all that.
Safe words, passwords.
That's right.
S&M. That's Jeremy's new podcast.
That's right. Could do that as a daily podcast,
video blog.
Oh my God, no.
Nipple clamps and everything. Watch out. Here I come.
Yeah, he could finally showcase his Chiefs thong.
Oh.
You want the reindeer one too?
It's weird. He's got the mask with the ball, and the ball has the Chiefs logo on it.
Hey, man, it's all Chiefs all the time. Never not working.
The backside of it has Patrick Mahomes' face on it too. Super weird.
Well, you got to keep him relaxed.
You're Travis Kelce in the front, and you're Patrick Mahomes in the back.
Oh my gosh! Hey, by the way, did you like that? I know you said you liked it. I sent you on Messenger Jeremy.
The girl in the Coke bottle?
No, that was awesome. She was hired for sure.
Oh yeah.
But there's I think I sent it to you, Gunner. It's Tyreek Hill, a cartoon of Tyreek Hill laying in bed, listening to Kelsey and Mahomes talk about all the receiving yards. So check your messenger, Gunner. It's actually pretty funny.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh yeah. Well, let's get into this. Let's talk about last weekend, Christmas Eve day, the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Seattle Seahawks, going on for the win, 24-10 over Seattle. Who wants Chico? What are your thoughts on the beginning of the podcast on that game?
Good game. I had the Emperor and the Rocker Chick over, and we watched it on the projector downstairs. So it was nice to sit down. We were drinking and eating salsa and guac and just having a good time. So overall, good game. Good win.
Very
you
nice.
know, it wasn't like a super productive game, I don't feel like, but I mean, it was just nice to hang out and watch together, to be honest.
It was fun. It was a good time. I didn't get angry at all.
I even gave him the little foam football just in case he wanted to throw it. Nice about the projector, you can just throw the ball at the screen.
Yeah.
Just throw it at the wall. It's fine. Nobody knows the difference. Now, the Rocker Chick got a little feisty from time to time, but I guess the one thing that did upset me in this game was we kept trying to target damn it,
Juju or MBS?
Watson.
No, Watson.
Oh,
I was trying to think of his first name, Justin Watson. And now I like Justin Watson. I think he's a great receiver. But that cold with that hard ass ball, and it just was not going his way, but yet we kept targeting him. He took he had 4 targets for 0 receptions in that game.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little more Sky Moore, please. I want more Sky Moore.
And I will say one thing. McKinnon, I'll give him his kudos as a receiver. Damn it. He's got 6 touchdowns in a row and 6 touchdowns for 6 games, 1 touchdown each game at least. So I give him kudos for that. I guarantee you his rushing yards was like 1 or 4, somewhere between there. But
no, he had 5 touches for.
Oh, okay. What, 12 yards?
8.
I got 7, but you got 8 yards.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'll give him credit on, play action pass and all that, but man, the running just kills me. Just kills me.
I don't know why they do it, but they do it. Mahomes went 16 for 28 for 224 yards, which, in a Mahomes day, that's low.
Yeah.
But Gino went 25 for 40 for 215 yards.
How many interceptions?
Just 1.
Oh,
just
I
one.
I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2.
Just 1. Actually, Gino played for the most part, he played a pretty solid game, really. I mean, considering, but
yeah.
So, Skywalker, what's your take on this game?
You ready for this? This is a hot take.
Hot take.
The Chiefs play down every team they play in the league except the Seattle Seahawks. Really? I mean, come on. I knew going into this game that we were not going to win it. I mean, just straight up. You guys are the better team. I was hoping that we would see the Chiefs kind of play down and it would be a lot more interesting than it actually was. Our defense couldn't put anything together. I mean, except Tyreek Woolen. I mean, he shut Mahomes down on that side of the field, which is great for a rookie. But yeah, it was. I mean, I'm disappointed in our level of play this late in the season, but I do think Tyler Lockett being out probably had a lot to do with that in itself too. That's easily our best receiver. Is just, I think he's out the rest of the season because he broke a finger or something. So
I won't disagree with you. I think with Lockett being out, that definitely hurt you guys quite a bit. I mean, Lockett is an explosive player, and he's fun to watch. But DK Metcalf ended up seven receptions for 81 yards, and your guys' running game was actually relatively hot. Yeah. Walker went 26 carries for 107 yards, which gave him about an average of 4.1 per carry. And you know my strategy. You only need 4 yards at a time. And I think if they would have kept running the ball instead of trying to pass it 40 fucking times, I think they probably would have been a little bit closer of a game, time management wise, and so on and so forth.
I don't think so either. I mean,
they would have loaded the box more and just played the run and shut them down.
I don't know, man. Kansas City's D against the run the last few weeks has not been exceptional. I mean, not like what it was at the opening of the season.
They're still ranked pretty high though, as far as run defense. But I agree with you. And the one thing I was going to say about the game is it seems like they coasted. The second and third quarter just seemed like they're like, okay, let's not get anyone hurt. We got the lead. It's like they took the gas off. That was just the way I felt until the fourth quarter. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, yeah, let's just show another flash of brilliance and score again. I mean, that's the way I felt. First quarter, came out, first quarter and a half, they came out like gangbusters, like I expect to see them. And then it just seemed like they coasted till the fourth quarter. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, they have a tendency of doing that.
Yeah, and I think it had more to do with let's not get anyone hurt. I mean, there were some. I mean, that vicious hit. What game was that? Where the guy got ejected? Oh man,
I literally watched. I had to pull it up and watch it. It was the Sunday night game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the Chargers. Yeah. I mean, fudge. He laid them out. I mean, it was a
Indianapolis.
horrific.
Oh, okay.
And the sad part is the play before that, the same player got penalized for I don't think it was targeting. I think it was taunting or something, and got a 15-yard, flagrant foul. And then the next play, just head down, targeting right in the helmet. Man, it was ugly.
He get ejected then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Immediately.
Okay. All right. When I flipped it on, to be honest, we that was Sunday night or was that Monday night? It was last night.
Monday night. Sorry.
Yeah. We ended up binging the new Netflix show Wednesday. And
why didn't you do that on Wednesday and not on Monday?
I know, right? Well, we finished it up on a Tuesday, but when I flipped it on, they were talking about somebody being ejected, and they didn't go back and replay anything or whatever. But
so again, I think and this is my own theory, Jeremy, that's where they were targeting Watson more. I think that's why they kind of coasted once they get the 17-3, whatever it was, lead. I could be wrong. Maybe Seattle just stopped us and we played, this mediocre football at that point.
Well, like I said, once again, I like Watson. I think Watson's a good receiver. In that
2 games.
No, I'm a big fan, but I mean, when he's dropping, when he drops the third one, I think at that point you just stop throwing him the ball. And, if you're just building the team and building confidence, you have other receivers. Noah Gray, Tony, and Sky Moore only had 1 reception, and they were only targeted. Tony was targeted twice, Gray once, and Sky Moore once. I mean,
you think they're playing cat and mouse?
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? I
don't want to show your hand too early.
Yeah, that when the playoffs start, the whole playbook they've been using just go down the door.
Just goes out the window, and they bring it. The one in the green notebook that that the Fonzie has. Yeah, that could be it.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of watching them play makes me think that sometimes. They get too complacent, or that's on purpose. I don't know. But either way, Seattle, we kicked them out of the AFC West a while back for a reason.
Do you remember when Seattle was in the AFC West with the Chiefs there, Skywalker?
I can't say that I do. I think
Oh.
since I've been a fan, they've been in the NFC.
So I have to ask, what made you a Seahawks fan? Because I don't know.
What was it? 05, they were in the Super Bowl against the Steelers, and that's the one we lost. And I remember being at Scotty T's house watching the game, and I was the only one rooting for the Seahawks. And at that point, it was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna root for these guys. This is my team now.
Very nice.
And then
you've gotten a Super Bowl win, since you've been a fan. You've got a second appearance. They've had a strong team for quite a while. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's a money thing. They didn't want to pay Russell Wilson money to stay, and
look at Russell Wilson.
Oh my God!
Look,
there's a reason.
Totally real with you.
He was on the downward swing. Russell was, in my opinion, when he left Seattle.
Russell Wilson. I was super sad to see him leave Seattle, because at the beginning of this season, I was like, we need a younger head coach. We need to get rid of Pete Carroll and keep Wilson and just see what happens. And we kind of went the other way. We kept Carroll and got rid of Wilson. I'm glad that that's the route we took, because, we're talking about rebuilding and all that, but it really makes me wonder what Wilson's season would have looked like had he stayed with Seattle this year. If he would have been explosive like he's been in the past, or if he really is on that downward trend.
Well, the coach paid the price so far.
But more than just the coach as of today.
Oh, I haven't caught up today on other firings.
They let go of their offensive line coordinator and their special teams coordinator.
Oh my God, this game this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we will be at, representing the Indiana Chiefs fan kingdom.
Fly that flag.
You know what? When we went to the store, because I have everything still in the back of the Infinity.
Right.
It got real windy out here, and opened up the back of the Infinity, and Bobby's like, "Hey, something just flew out of your car." It was the flag.
Oh,
so I went and chased it. So it's safely back.
Chico, hunt your ass down. You better be careful.
No, it's safely back.
That flag comes back to me at the end of the season.
No, there's only one way to get it. You have to come
right here.
You have to come to our inaugural, or what do we call this, Jeremy? Our in between the Super Bowl and
our traditional lunch.
What, 4th annual, I think?
Yeah, this will be the 4th annual this year when we meet up. So put it on your calendar in between, which I had to remind Karen the other night because she thought it was like this weekend.
Karen? My Karen?
You're Karen. When she was talking to Bobby, she's like, is that this weekend or is that next weekend? And I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
And she wasn't drunk yet. Yeah, that was
like 3 months away.
Well, crap. Yeah, I just say it now. Let's meet up around noonish.
Right.
Because you guys are coming to a 3:00 event, hopefully. Jeremy's like, what?
He's lost.
Scott, lost.
You know what the first thing I said to the Emperor when Pete Carroll walked across the camera? I said, how is that guy not retired yet?
How old is he?
I think he's 71 this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
I think he is the oldest coach in the NFL.
It's got to be.
I do believe I told the rocker chick that he was in his 70s, and she's like, no, he's not. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he is. I thought he was 75, but I'm a little high on that number, but apparently,
I've never been a huge Pete Carroll fan, to be totally honest with you guys. I don't care for his mindset when it comes to building a team. He's always constantly said that younger players are better and fresh, and I just don't necessarily agree with that concept.
Yeah, it's all a mix, You
Right.
got your veterans, you got your young players, it's a mix. There's no, you can't build a team that's all 22 and win.
71.
see 71. Well,
I would not be surprised if this was his last season. We'll see.
I think he sticks it out.
I hear Nathan Hackett's available.
How funny would it be if he came to Came to
Oh
Seattle
my
and
God.
won.
Oh shit.
So they were
Um,
talking about on XM NFL radio, some coach for Seattle, I don't know who it was, coming to Denver because he's super familiar with Wilson. So that's the only thing I've heard so far on. And I don't know who the coach was. It wasn't, Pete Carroll, obviously.
I know somebody denied the interim head coach position today because I saw it in quotations. He didn't want Russell Wilson to ruin his chances of becoming a head coach somewhere else.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Snap.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting news because we, obviously we're playing, Denver this weekend. So
They might be head coachless.
hey, wouldn't be the first time, and I just don't want anyone to get hurt. That's all I'm saying from the Chiefs' perspective. I want to win, but I don't want anyone to get injured because Denver's mad. A lot of teams try to take their anger out on an opposing team and do cheap shots and shit like that. So I hope it's a clean game and no one gets injured on either side.
Listen, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that John Elway's coming down to coach.
Peyton Manning, maybe.
Some
the rumor
cool.
I heard, what's that?
That'd be pretty cool if Peyton Manning comes to Denver to coach.
Oh, according to his brother Eli, he has no game.
oh yeah.
The big rumor floating around right now is that Denver is going to pursue Sean Payton heavily, and they want Sean Payton, the old
New Orleans,
Saints
right?
coach.
New
Yeah.
Orleans, yep.
Huh. That wouldn't. I mean,
Hey, he can teach him how to target. At least.
hey, we don't want that. But no, I mean, is it the coach? Is it the quarterback? Is it the offensive line? You know what I mean? They're not going to fire the highly paid, player. They're going to get rid of the coach, obviously. So I don't know. I mean, hell, the guy from Indy who had no head coaching experience, in my opinion, I thought he was going to be a flop. Jeff Saturday, he's actually doing all right, man. Except for time management on that 2 games ago. But interestingly enough, every game they played, it's been tough since he's been the head coach.
Legend of Colts history right there.
How did they manage out last night? What was the final?
It was a one score game.
Was it? Because when I had it on,
no, it was no. I turned it off. That's right. I was like, yeah, this game's over. My bad.
I'll pull it up here.
Because I can't believe that Nick Foles was playing. I was actually
Chargers won 20-3.
23.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
And Nick Foles, man, he threw when I was watching 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
He got sacked. I don't know how many times, at least 4 times. When I was watching, and about the 4th quarter, I turned it off and we put a movie on. We watched.
Right on.
The movie was a hell of a lot better than that game.
All I know is I flipped it on. Nick threw his 3rd interception, and I was like, "Well, I'm done there. I go do something else. I don't need to watch this game. I don't like to watch Colts. I know that's where I live at. That's a very sour expression, but I don't care to watch the Colts. I can't stand them, and I think they are ridiculous for going and getting these veteran quarterbacks that just won't. I mean, they're not franchise quarterbacks. Everybody's trying to win right now, and they're not looking at the big picture, down the road.
No,
and
I get it.
It has failed for them miserably the last 4 years.
Come on, the Chiefs did it for 20 years, man.
Yeah, but they didn't.
We kept getting retreads,
But we didn't rotate them in. I mean, Matt Castle was there for several years,
which was a huge mistake.
But still, you see what I'm saying? I mean, they didn't rotate him every year. You went from fucking Rivers to shit. Who came in after Rivers left? Was that Carson Wentz into Matt Ryan? I mean,
yeah.
I thought there was another one in there too, but I'm drawing a blank. I mean, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Well, these guys are on the downside. Next thing you know, they'll be buying out Denver's contract on Russell Wilson.
I think Denver would really appreciate that.
Happen with Aaron Rodgers here shortly.
Can you imagine him in a Colts uniform?
I've heard Denver.
He's not going to Denver.
I don't think Denver's going to give up. I mean, I think they made a commitment on Russell.
Well,
I can't imagine they're trying to buy it out.
Well, they got another year with Aaron. Otherwise, they're going to take like a $35 million cap hit. So I'm just saying, not the next year, but the year after.
So you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be back with Green Bay next year?
Yeah, they have to.
Okay.
What are they going to do with 30? I think it's 38 million in dead cap space. I mean, who the hell are you going to get?
Sammy Watkins.
Hey, man.
Sammy's in Baltimore. Is that what we decided? He was in Baltimore.
Yep.
Oh my
Sammy's
God,
playing in Baltimore.
I mean, I told you, man, when he played for the Chiefs, he had 2, maybe 3 games a year. And under that, he was shit. Green Bay figured it out faster than we did, obviously.
Still better than Bo. Still better than Bo.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree with that. Matter of fact, I was on the Chiefs bid site today, and they had a Dwayne Blows jersey. It was still at $46. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't touch that. Even if they gave it to me for free, I would burn it.
Don't be fooled. He's already got 3 of them.
No.
Yeah, he hides in his closet in the back.
Yeah.
No.
He goes in and touches. He goes in and touches them.
He's gonna be so good. I'm gonna buy 3 jerseys.
Oh man.
Due to service, away, home, all of them.
And my feelings
the black one.
This year when they had them beat the drum, I was like, seriously, that's like a curse. I was so mad. Anyway, but yeah, we're looking forward to the game this weekend though. Dave's not going, but Danielle and oh crap! I just went blank. Dave's going to be laughing.
Mackenzie.
No, Michaela. Dave
I was closer than you.
Dave's going to be laughing in his car. He's going to be like, he forgot my damn daughter's name.
Miller Lite is the code word.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys give him a code word last week?
No.
Ah, shit. He's told me the peanut butter and the Snickers so far. So.
Nice.
So at the end of this, I'll think of another code word. And what's funny is he's going to hear this now, but I don't really care. Is I bought him a thing of peanut butter and a Snickers already.
You just bought him a peanut butter Snickers.
Yeah. Ooh, I could have killed 2 birds
man.
with 1 stone. But no, we're leaving here Friday. God bless my soul. 1 guy, 3 girls. And and Dave's like, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I bet he does.
But she's excited. Michaela, she's told all of her friends. She keeps wearing all of her Chiefs gear, to school, and she's representing, man. I like it. So we'll definitely get some photos and get them up on Facebook after the game.
What are you guys supposed to do? Get that picture signed by Wolfie.
Which Wolf? The one in jail or?
Whichever one you want to go. The one that almost hit me with the 4-wheeler. That's the one.
Sorry, I had to throw that in, man.
The actual wolf. The actual Whoopi.
All right. That's fair. But man, did you guys talk about that at all last week?
You know what? I very
curious.
very briefly touched on it because we were talking about super fans. We did talk about with the Skywalker coming on tonight, as he's Santa's sitting back just listening, and next week Trevor's on with us, and then the following week is our special guest, which we are not releasing, just that I would consider him a super fan. That is the hint. So in a couple weeks we got a super special guest coming in, and I'm super excited about it.
Well, thanks for telling me.
I did tell you, asshole.
I thought that already happened last week.
Oh, by the way, you picked Seattle to win last weekend.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Oh, did you really put that on the board?
Yeah, it's on the board.
Seattle.
Yeah, these Seattle wins.
Oh, my God. Who won between you guys?
We split it. We were looking at it over Christmas, and we split it. We're both like tied, and I don't even. What was the number, Gun? He's gonna do the matchup on it now.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. All right. While he's doing that, Sky, break this down for me because we talked about it briefly today. With the Russell Wilson trade, Seattle to Denver, you guys picked up how many draft picks in that?
I believe we got 2 draft picks. We get their first round. So right now we're sitting in pick spot number 3 in the first round.
Very nice.
And
So
then I
he
believe we
is-
picked up 1 in the second round.
He is definitely rooting for Kansas City to win this weekend. So Denver continues the losing streak. And maybe, just maybe, they'll get into that number 2 slot, which who holds the number 2 right now?
The Bears.
The Bears.
I thought the Bears had no. That's right. I thought they were number 1. My bad.
Legitimately, what I need the Bears to win one of their next 2 games and the Texans to win their next 2 games. And then Denver gets first pick. Or Seattle, sorry.
Well, you know my theory, and I've expressed this to Vanilla Thunder. Chicago has this way of just fucking up everything. So they will probably win the next 2 games and watch their second draft pick fade away because they can't quite get it figured out yet.
I hear you on that one, Jeremy. I'm in the Chicago market, so I hear them talking about that all the time. It's like they're gonna win just in spite of
Exactly
their draft position right now.
So yeah, he's hoping Seattle's going to take Denver's pick and put it right there in the old number 2 hole, and and pick up.
That's the number 17 hole.
Number 7. Oh yeah, the number 17 hole. It's nice to be on Augusta in the 17th hole.
Oh man,
there you go, Phil. You have to
Split it
listen to
with
the call
18.
guys this week.
All right.
Do what?
We
right.
both had 18 on the difference there.
So we give ourselves each a point.
Yep.
All right.
No, you
We
get
get
half a point. It's a
Nope.
tie. It's
Nope.
-1.
That's,
-1.
that's a point.
That's a point.
Hey, make the rules up as you go. Whatever.
Damn straight. Hey, you picked Seattle to win last week, buddy. I don't know what your problem was.
Oh, that's because about right now is when you realize I wasn't on the show yet.
Oh, is we 30 minutes in?
Oh, we're over 30 minutes, but yeah.
Well, you did tell me you were gonna pop in.
Dude,
if you
I thought
could.
about it and I think I fell asleep again. And the jacked up thing was I felt pretty decent the next morning for the most part, but I woke up at 4 in the morning and could not go back to sleep. So I just got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But yeah. But thanks.
Chico, I'm going to take 31-17 Kansas City for the win. 31-17 Kansas City. All right. What
38-3.
38-3.
Yep. They have no coach. They have nothing to play for. I don't really think they care to play right now. I think everyone on the Denver side is much like the Chiefs side. It's just kind of like, let me not get injured so I can get off this team and get a better contract with a better team somewhere else.
Yep.
I mean, I really think it's going to be that type of game, which is sad, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm winning this one.
What did you write beside there, Chico? For those that are not on
I said
YouTube,
Broncos.
Phil's taking the Broncos for the win.
Oh my God. I'm going to fly in my car. I can be there in probably 45 minutes.
Oh, Skywalker?
Since this is a game where the points don't matter for me, I'm going to take the Broncos 17-14 just for the hell of it.
Whoa.
All right. He's never coming back on the show again. Officially banned.
Why not? Just
Hey.
throw it out there.
So, curiosity's sake, does anyone remember, or do we have it on the board anywhere? If not, we got to go back and find it for the season standings for the Chiefs.
I had 14-3.
I'd have to go back and
I'm pretty sure I said we were going to have 2 losses, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right because I think you said one of them was going to be
Buffalo.
possibly to Denver too, right?
Yeah,
Or
we're
maybe
gonna
you said it was a
I think it was
one-off team.
the
yeah
Chargers.
we're gonna split Buffalo, or we're gonna lose against Buffalo and win in the playoffs. I just don't remember who the other loss was, but yeah, so 2 losses.
I'm pretty sure you took the Chargers as the split,
Yeah, that might be right.
Because I did too.
but I think I went.
So that-
what is it?
So that'd be 15-2,
2.
right? It was
Yeah.
my guess then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some research on that and go back and listen to those
Yeah,
2 predictions because you weren't on the show where we did. You weren't on the prediction show with the. Well, we did a prediction show, but we did the Wives Club show. I think that was when the
Yeah.
girls made their prediction. So
I threw
All
mine
right.
in later.
this-
I just
yeah.
we'll have to go back and throw that on the board because here soon we're gonna need it.
Yep. We're just talking regular season, right? We're
Yeah,
not talking playoffs.
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 Yeah, talk about the playoffs.
So you need Denver. You need Houston to win. We need Houston to win and the Bears to win their next 2 games.
We need the Bears to win 1 of 2, and Houston to win the next 2 to take the number 1 seed. Which
To take
I mean,
take the 1 spot in the draft.
right?
Yeah.
Which
Alright.
to me is it's just not going to happen.
Which
I say Seattle win or Denver wins before Houston wins their next 2 games.
well, I gotta say one thing, and pains me to say, Gunner and Jeremy. I'm rooting for Cincinnati.
Mm.
I have to. Have to.
Well, yeah, we talked about that too. We do
Yeah.
want Cincinnati to win. I mean, that's no.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, but man, it
I'll
pains
tell you-
me. It's like
tell you
rooting
what-
for the Raiders.
I tell you what hurt most of all was last weekend rooting for the Bears. I mean, that was horrible. I mean,
Mhm.
I actually think I had like a hernia or something, and it was terrible.
Yeah, they're in the
Um,
first half. You thought the
I
Chicago
thought maybe they might
beat
pull.
'em, and then it was what 31-10 or something.
Yeah,
stupid.
it was a blowout in the second half. But so okay, Sky, break it down. What does Seattle need to get into the playoffs at this point?
Okay. So I know I was keeping a pretty close eye on it last week. We needed the win in Kansas City. We needed the Commanders, Green Bay, and somebody else to lose. Was it the Lions? I don't remember who the third team was. So we cleared, other than our loss, we cleared until Green Bay won on Sunday, Christmas Day.
Right.
Coming into this week, we need Green Bay to lose again. We need Washington to lose. And then that puts us right in that 7th seed for this week, I believe.
Yeah, because right now you're sitting at the 8th seed, which is
Yeah.
1 game out.
I was telling Dad earlier today, I would gladly take Seattle losing to see the Lions actually make it into the playoffs.
Why? They're gonna lose.
Oh, they might lose, but I mean, they deserve it more than any other team in the NFC at this point. So
Well, outside of Cleveland.
I just think it's funny as shit is that the Rams wrote Golf off after all he's done for them. Sent him to Detroit, and now he's got Detroit in. What are they? Are they a 500 team pretty much? Are they one below 500?
7 and 8.
below 7 and 8.
However,
so-
it worked out for the Rams last year. They went to the Super Bowl, but they lost. But
Well, they won.
oh,
Yeah,
did
The
they-
Rams won last year.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like
They
Crane.
they bought that entire Super Bowl. I mean, there's no getting around it. They paid for every one of those,
And look what happened
plays.
this year.
and that's exactly it. Their money ran out. The players left, went other
Yeah.
places, and boom! Look at what your money bought you. You got your Super Bowl trophy, but there's no longevity to it. Now you're already eliminated from the playoffs, and it's just a sad sight. I understand about spending the money and doing what you need to do, but build your team. which is what I want to see Seattle do next year. Build the team. Go get yourself a franchise quarterback. You've got a couple great receivers. Build your offensive line a little bit better. How many sacks did they walk away with against? I mean, how many sacks did Kansas City have against Seattle?
I think it was 4 or 5, something like that.
1, 2, just okay. It was just a deucer.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I have
my
two.
bad.
yep. Well, that's not too bad. So the offensive line sounds like it might be a little stout because those guys weren't getting to him. But yeah, it's amazing. You watch that game and how many of the things you think of afterwards that you missed. It's like, how many times did they rush him? How many times did they do this? I mean, that's what the stat blocks are for. But
Yeah.
Here's the problem with Geno Smith. The dude doesn't want to leave the freaking pocket. And he runs back 12 steps, 10 yards every time he passes the ball. And our line just can't hold it. So every time he gets sacked, we lose 10, 15 yards. I mean,
he's holding the ball too long.
Yeah. And I mean, I was really skeptical coming into the beginning of the season about having Geno Smith as our quarterback. And I mean, like every Seattle fan was, right?
right.
And I've been pleasantly surprised, but he's not the answer. He's on the end of his career. He's shown it in the last 5 games.
Yep.
He's had a great season, but we do need that young quarterback, and I don't think we're going to draft him.
Well, we got this.
We're going to focus on our
guy,
defense.
really young guy named Mahomes. Oh, never mind. You can't have him.
I don't want him. I'm sorry. I like Mahomes. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you need a young
I
guy.
think you guys are the new Seattle. I think you went to your Super Bowl. You won it. I don't think you're going back. I'm sorry. I know this is a Chiefs fans podcast, but
we'll make him eat those words.
I hope you do. I really, really do. But Russell Wilson had 12 good seasons and only 2 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the Chiefs have built. And I hope I'm wrong. I want you guys to win. I'm just as much a Chiefs fan as a Seattle fan. I'm always rooting for the Chiefs.
Well, I spent 4 years around Seattle fans, so I was in the military at Fort Lewis and Tacoma. So and that's when they were in our division. So it was always getting picked on, 'cause we sucked ass back then.
But I mean, legitimately, Mahomes looks great, but he's doing the same things Russell Wilson was doing, except maybe staying in the pocket a little bit more than what Wilson was in those early seasons.
Well,
it'll be interesting. That was always my biggest fear when we went back-to-back Super Bowls and won one, lost one. And I'm like, oh my God, Russell Wilson did the same thing. And look what he's been doing for the past decade, which is unfortunately nothing that was any substantial.
Well, I don't remember.
He took us to the playoffs every year except the last one he was there. But
right.
I don't remember the second Seattle Super Bowl, but our team was decimated by the time we got to the Super Bowl. We literally had, third string offensive linemen, stuff like that. So
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Get out of here. I
believe
in this call. No,
I want to say it. Do you want to remember that Super Bowl?
Yes, I do. I do.
Hand the ball off to Lynch. Don't throw the ball, Russell Wilson. Hand the ball off. Now you remember that Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Skyler's back here throwing things.
Yeah, it's just to make him feel better. Remember that
worst night of my life.
What's that one song? The Glory Days.
Yeah, there you go. Little Springsteen there for you.
Anyway, that's hilarious.
I saw that play come up the other day on top 10 worst NFL plays ever.
Seriously?
Yeah.
We had the best running back in the league.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
40 seconds left on the clock.
Yep. And they throw the ball. And it's intercepted.
Yeah, I get a
I'm about to cry thinking about it.
Hey, it happens. As Phil likes to say, Vegas makes the call.
Yes, Vegas, man.
It's so
Vegas.
funny. My favorite story from that is Aspen was just born. So this would have been the 2015 Super Bowl. And he was all dressed up in his little Seattle onesie. I was sitting on the couch with my Wilson jersey, I think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with your onesie. I was going to say
Yeah,
yes.
my onesie, yeah.
I have a Chiefs onesie, and I'm not going to judge.
No, I thought that would have been badass. Now being serious.
And we threw the ball. And I looked at Jess. I was like, you need to take this baby away from me right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's horrible. Horrible. But Vegas, man. Vegas, that's all you got to say. Yeah. Yeah, let's not get into refereeing again about,
Yeah, no. Actually, this last week was pretty good.
That's
can't
because
say.
we didn't have that, jackass Kiefers or whatever the fuck his name is.
Kiefer Sutherland.
No, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the guy's name.
Skeletor.
Yes.
It's Skeleton Guy.
Skeletor.
It's Lamar. Lamar Hunt.
Hey, Lamar.
So all I'm saying is, if you're a Chiefs fan, I have to go find the referee's name again, but
It's
Sheffers. Carl
Sheffers.
Wait. If you listen to last week's episode, we talked about it.
We talked about it quite a bit.
Plus, just go Google calls that he makes except against other teams versus the Chiefs, and what the Chiefs get called for every other game except for the ones he refs. That's all I'm saying.
He's got what did we say? 40 something % of our penalties.
Yeah.
Yep.
Combined. Yeah. It's horrific. And I'm going to go with Kelsey. He shouldn't even work in a Foot Locker. He doesn't deserve.
That's why he doesn't like Kansas City.
Yeah. Although Kelsey, I think it was on his podcast, he's like, yeah, I kind of regret making that statement. But in the back of his head.
Oh, so what you're saying is you listen to the Heights podcast, but don't listen to any Chiefs fans? I mean, come on.
Hey, I'll be honest, it was on Reels, 60-second clip, but I'll be honest, in the back of his head, he's like, I hate that bastard.
Yeah, you know it.
But anyway, I always say every good team can overcome bad refereeing, or they should be able to.
They should.
So can't blame it on the refs, even though we like to.
It's true. You know what else we didn't see this past weekend from Patrick Mahomes? We didn't see any interceptions.
Yeah, did we even have a fumble? I don't think we had a fumble either, did we? I
don't think we had any turnovers. Nope.
Yeah, that's the first time since week 5, if I recall the stat, that we have not have a fumble or an interception.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
And I'm going to predict the same thing for this weekend.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I put 28-10.
Oh, for your guess?
Yep.
Broncos?
Yeah, Broncos. Yep. Going with the Skywalker. No, the Chiefs.
You guys. I do want to make a note that Patrick is at 4,720 yards.
Oh, yeah.
With 37 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That leaves 2 games to go ahead and get that. What is it, 280 yards?
I hope he does it this week, because they're always going to say, well, they added the extra week. He would have never made it. So I want him to pass for 300 yards this week.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a distinct possibility. So I'm pretty excited.
I wouldn't count that Denver defense out. I mean, their defense isn't horrid. I mean, that's definitely the better half of that team.
I will agree with you, except for, hold on. What did he had over 400 yards against them last a couple weeks ago when they played. Yes.
And their motivational level, like I mentioned, I don't think it's going to be that high.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be in that. That's fan base or stadium.
No, I'm just saying, if I were a player, I would watch out for my safety, because I want to get off the sinking ship if I can.
I'm sorry, Sky. So he only had 352 yards. It wasn't over 400.
Well, what's the difference?
But he
48
also
yards.
threw 42 times.
Snikes.
Oh yeah. I remember. I do remember.
So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he does it this weekend because I want to be there. And
Oh yeah, yep,
I don't want him saying the extra game is flip flopping all the records.
right on.
To a degree, it is, but it is what it is. People suck it up, buttercups. That's why I like when they start putting how many games people are playing to get to a certain point now instead of seasons. Like Kelsey, 142 games, the fastest ever, to 10,000 yards instead of 9 seasons. Could everybody be like, oh well, they keep adding games? And it was like, dude, no, look, it's 140 games, not seasons. So I like that they're starting to do that again, or starting to do that now, I should say, because all the statisticians are gonna skew it and say, don't, if you mention seasons, it's wrong because it used to be 14 games in a season, right? At one point, something like that. Way back, I can't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember way back that far. I remember that's I remember 16.
I'm thinking way back, not like 80s, maybe like 60s.
Yeah,
go back
you're
and
going
Google
way
it.
back farther than what I was thinking of. So
I had to go Google it.
I think I have to remember hoping that Kansas City could do a 9-7 record to get into the playoffs. And then one year they were 10-6 and didn't get in. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I mean, it's not always a guarantee at 9-7 you're getting in the playoffs.
Well, this year it is.
Back in there, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, if you play for the NFC side, you can get in at 7-8 or whatever, right?
What NFC division was it? NFC East we played this year or West? What division?
Yeah, we swept them. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It's crap. What is it? Now you're gonna make me look that up now, ain't you?
And while you're looking that up, I don't think we gave any tributes out, to Franco Harris.
No, we did not.
That was
not because we're insensitive, just because
we didn't get to it.
Yeah.
But I thought so. He was on the NFL Network the day before he passed, doing interviews. He was obviously very excited. They're going to retire his number, and untimely, he passed the next day. He was a great player. He made a huge mark on the NFL. What was it?
Right. That was the 70s with Pittsburgh, correct?
Yeah, the immaculate
reception.
Yeah, and I keep every time they play that they would play that clip at least once or twice a year since I can remember watching the NFL. So thoughts and prayers out to his family and friends, but great player, and in my mind he won't be forgotten. Here's to you.
I'll drink to that.
But yeah, I really wished he would have been, there to, get that award and watch his jersey be retired. So that threw me for a loop when I heard that. No, it's asking me to reboot.
Not today. Skyler, I keep seeing articles. Wilson is fixable. Wilson is fixable.
I've seen that too.
Sean Payton, is he the answer for for Denver?
I think Russell Wilson still has some good seasons left in him. I think being thrown into Denver under a new head coach and a new system was not what he needed.
No.
And I mean, maybe he's not fixable, but I mean, I still like the guy, even though, a lot of stuff's come out about him this year, and he's just kind of crazy, for lack of a better term, I guess.
Well, he lost his. He lost his mentor. what was that? Was that the end of last year or the beginning of this year? His mental health coach that he really looked up to, and
Did he pass?
yeah, he passed away. Young guy.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah. I listened to a couple podcasts. Well, I know it was this year because I listened to the podcast that he was on with drama. Chris Pratt. Is it Pratt? Not Pratt, the actor.
Young and Reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had been on his podcast, and the guy was remarkable. I ended up buying his book and read a big chunk of it. The acknowledgement at the beginning is written
Chris
by
Paff.
Russell Wilson. What is it?
Paff, P-A-F-F.
There you go. I can't think of that guy's name, but I mean, it really truly seems like since he lost him and the guy that he would turn to help his mental awareness and his mental state in these games and the things that are going on, he just kind of struggled, I guess, is the easiest way I can, the most polite way I can put it. He struggled with trying to just get through, and hopefully he can turn it around, man. I like Russell Wilson. I've always liked Russell Wilson. I always thought he was a pretty stand-up guy. He was always a really good quarterback in Seattle, and
I liked him except for when he played the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I would like to see him turn around in Denver and have a couple good seasons before he retires.
But to your dad's point, man, it's like this is where quarterbacks are going to die. I mean, in Denver, they don't give them the right support, whether it be offensive line, wide receivers, running game, one person doesn't make a football team on the offensive side.
It's true. Because you can have the greatest quarterback in the world, but if he has nobody to throw to.
I mean, look at the Bears. Fields, I think, is awesome. I don't think their offensive line is atrocious, and their wide receiving core has either been injured or not that good. I mean, that's what I look at when I look at Denver over the past, what they say, they haven't had a winning season in 6 years now, I think.
2016.
Something like that, yeah. It's sad, but maybe they'll do something in the off season. We'll see.
By the way, it is the NFC West who we swept, which is Seattle's division, which includes San Francisco, the Rams, and Arizona. Mm-hmm. That was the one that we swept this year that we played.
Oh, wow.
We were talking about earlier. So,
not to rub salt in the wound.
No. Actually, we took it pretty easy on the Seahawks fan there.
Yeah,
we didn't make phone calls. We didn't send memes. We didn't do anything. We just we're going to take the win graciously and move on and hope that we can polish off these next two games.
Totally real with you guys. I didn't watch the game.
Well, neither did.
Christmas Eve is a horrible time to have football games on the TV. And I mean, I low expectations.
Well,
I'm not disappointed that we lost.
So. Guy that Karen didn't watch it till the third quarter.
Oh, when it got really boring?
No.
When she woke up.
When she got out of bed. She came downstairs and she's like, is the game still on? I'm like, yeah, it's the third quarter. She's like, oh, thank God. I thought I missed it all. I was like, no, hon, that'd be about 3:30, not 2:30.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Sarah was wearing her special Chiefs pants.
Okay.
Which she hasn't worn in the last 2 weeks. So will be no more excuses at game time. She will be wearing the special pants, or else Chico's allowed to, I don't know, spank her. I don't even know. You work it out. I'll let you work out what her punishment is.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to have to start watching all games at Chico's house because that seemed like it was the place to be. So,
come over this weekend.
You can see the
ribs.
dread in Gunner's eyes already.
Yeah.
God, please don't
come over. We'll put my new smoker to use.
There you go.
There you go. There's a good time.
Good times. All right. Well, gentlemen, It's been fun talking Seattle and talking Denver. Got the big game coming up this weekend. We got our picks in. The Skywalker is the only one of the group who actually has picked Denver to win. I hope you're wrong because
I think let's be real. It would be really funny if Denver fired their head coach and their offensive line coordinator and special team coordinator, then turn around and kick your guys' butt this week.
That not only would be disheartening but sad, which I don't see happening.
You know, with the way things are going in Denver, what are the chances that they hire Eric Bieniemy to be their head coach?
I read a couple articles on it, and what I got out of it was ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen. They want Sean Payton too bad.
I think it's Sean Payton and everyone. Eric Bieniemy's been up for head coaching jobs, for 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, several years.
No one's hiring him. There's
Right.
a reason. Andy calls all the plays.
Nah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, when he goes in the interview, it's kind of like, watching Survivor, what'd you do to win this game? Well, I let the big guy do all the work and I just wave and call it in.
Yeah.
That's so, I mean, I could be, half right, half wrong. That's just what I read.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm sure he'll be on the block again this year for
I mean, I wish
some
him
more
the best.
interviews, but yeah.
I wish him the best. Don't get me wrong. I hope he gets a head coaching job. And if it's at Denver, so be it. We'll still beat the shit out of him. I don't care.
That Denver team will turn around and look exactly like the Kansas City offense.
But they won't. But they won't have the right players or right schemes, the right quarterback, the right, guarantee you.
The enemy's been with Andy Reid as his right hand man for a long time. I mean, he knows every trick that Andy Reid knows.
I don't think so.
All right, on.
You know that Kelsey and Mahomes and all them make plays too?
Yeah, on the field while they're playing.
No, outside of that.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I heard, did you hear that? I don't know
Yeah.
where I heard it, but yeah, I was listening to them and I was like, wow, I didn't know they went off to the practice field, came up with their own plays and they pitch them to Andy Reid and say, what do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? I mean, that's pretty nifty.
Andy loves it because it gives the two of them time to go out and work with each other. They go off to like the other end of the field where they just two or three of them out there and they go out and they work through this stuff and that's why they're a great duo. I mean, it's just like Brady and Gronk. I mean, those guys work so well together. You could even go back to Montana Rice or Montana Clark, in those days. Hey, when you have that chemistry and that fit, I mean, this is the result of, I mean, we as Chiefs fans, like I said last week, we're spoiled. We're spoiled with wins. We've only lost so many games. What is the grand total? Can anybody give me a sense of Mahomes?
40. Since Andy Reid's been our coach, I'm going to take a guess and say 41 losses since Andy Reid's been our coach.
With how many wins?
Like 160, something like that. But I wanted to add while you're looking that up, if anyone hasn't gone to the Indiana Chiefs Facebook page or just Google it, look at the Christmas present that Kelsey delivered to Andy Reid. It was classic. Came in a shoebox. He opened it up live on the post-game show. It was a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger. Classic.
113 and 45.
Well, I had the
113 and 45.
Well, I had the second number pretty damn nailed down. I said 41. Because how many years was he without Mahomes? And we had what? Alex Smith, obviously. But yeah, I'll take that record for 10 years, 9-year stretch now.
Yeah, basically all I'm saying is as Chiefs fans, we're spoiled with all these wins over the past decade, and I'm loving every minute of it. Don't get me wrong.
Loving every minute of it.
But oh man, that was way too long to get there. Now I forgot what my focus was and my purpose at the end of that. But
it was what you just said, that we're spoiled. Could we have a good coach? they play well together. They scheme well together is kind of the gist of it. And
Yeah.
talking about Eric Bieniemy, potentially getting a head coaching job. I hope he does, anywhere. I don't really care if it's Denver or if it's San Diego, New England. I really don't care. I wish him the best.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, hopefully he goes to Seattle and ruins that makes that franchise better.
Hey, you never know. He might end up there.
Well, I think Pete Carroll, as Sky was saying, I think he's at the end. I don't know if he's got 1 or 2 more seasons in him, or Seattle has 1 or 2 more seasons of patience. I don't know which, but I think Pete Carroll, he's going to be analyst or something on TV soon.
I hope he
don't know.
retires and that's that. I mean, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with the guy, but I'm ready for him to go. I really am. But I want to get somebody young in, somebody fresh, and let's rebuild the Legion of Boom. Let's do it. Our defense is already halfway there.
Oh,
so
I don't think it was this Seattle game, but there was a Seattle game about 2 weeks ago that I went crazy. I was listening to Sirius XM radio and they're talking about Seattle, and it must have been their Sunday night or a Monday night game a couple weeks back. And they're like, this dude that's doing the broadcast for Seattle was on Sirius XM, and he's like, well, they're playing in the loudest stadium in the world. Dude, I about lost my shit. I called Jeremy as soon as they said that. No shit. I was like, if I could have got through on the NFL Network, on Sirius XM and waited 2 hours, I would have. But the dude doing the announcing for Seattle said those words out of his mouth. I was like, dude, you're an idiot. And I called your dad.
I mean, he's not really that far off, though. The back and forth was between Seattle and Kansas City for a long time.
But who has the loudest stadium in the world?
Oh, I mean, Kansas City has it.
I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that.
No, but how can the analyst calling the game for Seattle come out and that was like his first statement?
Whatever.
Yeah, it just proves they need to fire that.
Loudest half dome.
Loudest
considered
half
open,
dome.
big guy. It's still considered open.
Yeah, the problem with that is
fight me on that all you want.
The problem with that is if you've never been to a Seattle game, or you get that Tacoma aroma, that stench, as you're driving to the game. I don't know if it's Seattle or what, but it's called the Tacoma aroma because I spent 4 years out there, so I can say it. Yeah, it kind of stinks. Not saying
smell like wet bread.
Worse. Wet fart.
Wet fart.
Anyway.
All right, boys. Let's wrap this up for tonight. I want to thank everybody for listening. But before we get out of here, we have to do what we do every week, and that is the to-do list. Chief, what do you got for me this week?
Oh my God, I totally forgot about the to-do list. For
of course
me,
you did.
Thank you. It's been a busy couple of weeks. For me, it's to live up to what I think I said in the podcast 2 weeks ago, and that's to set up my camera and laptop and try to do as many live interviews as I can in the parking lot.
All right. It's a good to-do list coming up this weekend.
Yes, I even posted it on Facebook. For those of you listening, I posted an event starting at 8:30. I'm going to try to park on, like I said, right at the gold flag, not the one that was stolen.
Not the one
by me.
or me.
Or Jeremy, but the Indiana Chiefs fan flag will be flying high and dry, actually.
Yeah.
So come
It'll be a beautiful
over,
weekend.
say hi. Love to meet you guys, gals, kids, whoever. Lot D15, right in the first row last row of gold parking between the red and gold.
Nice.
All right. Chico, what do you got?
New Year's coming up this weekend. I guess don't make your New Year's resolution something cliche. Find something for you that you want to do for yourself. Make something different.
And yours is?
I don't have one.
Okay.
Work out, drink water, you know.
You know,
Those
lose
are
weight,
good.
quit drinking so much beer, you know, all that shit.
That one's drink more beer is my New Year's resolution.
Oh,
this
drink
year.
more beer.
I can't drink anymore.
Well, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but my to-do list for our listeners is that just send us an email with some of your expectations for what you want to do in 2023. Do you want to travel? Where do you want to travel to? Do you want to go to Arrowhead? Do you want to see a game in Arrowhead in 2023? Do you want to go to Red Rock Amphitheater? Do you want to go to some state park or whatever? What is your goals for 2023? What do you want to do? Send us an email. inchiefspod
inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com.
podcast. It's podcast. inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com. See, I did know it.
Why don't we just
Kinda.
That's a hard one to remember too.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I know the IN, and then I can't remember if it's pod or podcast at the end, but
When you say it every week, you kind of remember.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, that's what I got for our listeners. Just send us an email with what your expectations for 2023 are. I'd love to hear them. We'll even read them on the air.
Yeah, give your wife a big old smooch on New Year's Eve at midnight and tell her it's from Chico Noise.
I like that one.
That's a little weird for me. I probably won't follow through with that one.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out for you too well.
I'll give mom a big old smooch.
There you go. There you go.
That's pretty
Skywalker,
funny.
what do you got? You have anything for the to-do list? It's kind of thrown at you, but
Yeah. Read a book.
there you go.
Sit down under a nice warm blanket, turn on some lo-fi, and read a gosh darn book.
Man, I'd make it through page 1 if I'm laying down in a warm blanket.
Yeah, with lo-fi going on. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
man.
For
Tell you
me,
what.
give me a book.
Give me a book.
What's the best book for like our listeners? Something that you would recommend.
Man, that's a good question. Right now we're reading Throne of Glass, but I don't know that that's like an eight book series. I don't know that I'd recommend
shit.
picking that up.
No, not for me. Something
Tell you
about
what, Skywalker, I'm prepping for our crossover episode. So
You've done more prep than I have. Then read Hatchet by Gary Paulson. It's a short book. It's a good book.
okay, Hatchet. Hi.
green eggs and ham.
We have a special visitor showing up.
Eggs and ham.
Go Chiefs!
She can't hear you.
I know. You can see me.
I point at it.
We said go Chiefs. Come here. All right. Say go Chiefs. Say go Chiefs. She's starstruck.
Who
Yeah.
are all these people on the screen?
Say that's Jeremy. You know Jeremy. Gunner. This guy. Huh?
There's got the big waves.
Say go Chiefs.
Yay!
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 Brainwashed.
Here.
Brainwashed.
Your son does it too. It's okay.
She has
And
my
your daughter.
daughter that drives me
And
crazy.
your daughter loves the Chiefs. Yeah, I did get a couple really cool pictures, Phil, of Sora and her little Seahawks cheerleading outfit, and then
cute.
in her Kansas City Chiefs. So it was like a dual picture, side by side. So it was pretty awesome. All right, well, we're gonna get on out of here, but before we go,
Will it focus on it?
what do we
I
got?
don't think
I'll
it'll
put it
focus on
closer. Put it closer. There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
there you go. There, Phil. There you go. There it is, right there.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep.
She's got a bigger smile
fan.
with the Chiefs outfit on. What's up with
Yeah,
that?
but her hair is also way more crazy.
So she has been drinking more Mountain Dew at that point, is what you're saying.
I like it. Split family.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's fun. All right, Chico. You got my socials?
Yes, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, anywhere you get your podcast. As the Emperor said earlier, you can send us an email if you want to tell us what your expectations are for 2023. Let us know what you're thinking of the Chiefs season so far. Let us know what you think of Seattle, Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, all that good stuff. You can send us an email to inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com.
That's you, Coach. I want those emails. Keep them coming.
He'll send them. He'll send them. You can also find us on social media at facebook.com/inchiefsfanspod. And when you're done listening to the Indiana Chiefs fans, you can go check out all of the other podcasts under the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts, whether that be the Call Guys podcast, the Golden Image podcast, the United States of Paranormal podcast, the Murdnerds, and coming soon, A Court of Books and Booze. Go check out any of those podcasts wherever you get your podcasts.
Awesome.
Damn, man, that was quick.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta keep it short and sweet when Skylar's on.
The shorthand works great, doesn't it?
Yep.
Hey,
I,
by the way,
it's
Mr.
interesting.
Call Guy.
What?
And Mr. Emperor.
Yes, sir.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No.
And your logic
Die
means Home
Hard.
Alone isn't a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
going back and listening to that. Did you say Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
No, Die Hard is not a Christmas
It
movie.
is a Christmas movie. They have Christmas celebrations during that movie.
Going back and
Correct.
listening to that today, because I finished it up today. Well, no, I listened to the whole thing today because I didn't go out Monday, but listening back to a lot of those, it's like, man, you could rethink a lot of different logic as far as whether some of those are or not. So
It's always a fun debate with people, regardless of how you feel, really.
Oh, yeah.
Reindeer Game, I think, was another one that you could run the same scenario. Even though the title is Reindeer Games and it's based around Santa Claus is ripping off a casino, but it's just it's weird. It's weird to put that. Did she just bring you a Pepsi? Was that a Pepsi Cola she brought you? Yeah.
Or like,
It's the wrong label.
Oh, there comes number
Look.
2.
thank you, Valerie. You gonna say hi again? Hi.
So I'm out of here. I brought you your beer, Papa.
So have you seen what's it called? Fat Santa? I think it's
Fat
called
Santa?
Yeah.
Bad Santa?
No, Fat Santa.
No, I have not seen Fat Santa.
That's the right name, right?
That was Fat Man.
Fat Man, sorry, Fat Man. That's
Nope.
another Santa movie. Just watch it. Let me know.
Okay.
It's Mel Gibson plays Santa, but it's like guns and all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy things happen. But they do have a Santa's workshop there, so I think it's officially a Christmas movie. So, but they're making parts for the Department of Defense.
Oh, jeez.
So I tell you what, it is a good movie though. Fat Man. I do recommend it to anyone anyone. It's a great movie.
Well, like I said on the call, guys, I wanted Die Hard. I wanted to believe that Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
It is a
But
Christmas movie.
the more and more I researched it and the more and more I listened to people tell me it was a Christmas movie, the more and more I believed it was not. So
Does that go with Santa too? The more and more people to tell you he's not real, you don't believe in him anymore?
That's my boy.
This guy's like, I'm with Phil.
Me and Phil are going to go get Industrial Revolution. Screw you guys.
Yeah, I see how it is. Dang. I don't know, man. There's a lot of variables in both sides of that argument. And believe me, I dove into it for 2 days before I did the episode of the Call Guys for this week. And yeah,
Right.
and even rethinking it today as I was listening back to it.
Well, go watch
Yeah,
Fat
it's
Man.
good.
Go watch Fat
watch
Man.
I will probably
Do
not
better.
go.
Go listen to
Do
the Call
better.
Guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
to-do
do
list.
better.
Go listen to the Call Guys
All right.
podcast.
There you
Facebook.com/callguyspod, or you can send us an email if you believe the Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I will not email you back.
But Gunner,
Hey, Gunner, if you get an email from a special account, it's from me. You'll
Says-
know it right
says,
away.
click this link for free money.
No.
Phil at OnlyFans only. OnlyFans.com.
I feel
Hey,
that only
hey,
feet.
is this a Christmas
Only
movie?
feet.
If there's a Christmas
Yeah.
tree in the back.
It's dressed
Well,
up
she
like a
was
Christmas
wearing a-
tree, then it's a Christmas tree.
with a
Four
lot of
footer instead
Phil,
of 8 footer.
with a
Phil
lot
at-
of ornaments.
Phil at mistletoebelt.com.
Mistletoe belt. I did not get my mistletoe belt that I asked for this year. I'm very
Oh
disappointed.
my god. I have nothing to say.
You just don't.
Well,
wear
the
your-
emperor's got one thing to say.
That's
Oh,
right.
We all do.
From our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I have one question for you. How about those Chiefs? Wait a second. Hold on. Damn, it's only fair. It's only fair.
Shit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
too
Mine's
high.
upside down. Mine's upside down. There we go. All right. Peace,
right.
everybody. We'll see you again next week. Keep on rolling. Later.
Yeah.